You're live. Some days that beats the alternative, I reckon. Yeah, gentlemen. Sinuses or something. I was done fine till I walked over to the fuel island and back. Boy, then it started affecting me. Stone, what up? Ralph, what up? Why, hell no, they didn't. Michael, what up? Why would they do that, Stone? That's one of the mega carrier things. They'll get you, boy. You better watch it. Bad Mudda, what's going on with you? Jim Dunn. I read that deal, Jim, and I about cracked up. And I said, who do I have with a sense of humor? So I sent it to two of you. Now the question is, who did you send it to? Kelly, my brother. Of course they would nail you to the wall. You're a rookie. You don't know the way around that shit. Ain't no such thing as out of route miles. You always have an excuse. My favorite one is, y'all sent me here. What the hell did you do that for? Oh, man. Well, somebody threw $10 up there. Thank you, whoever that was. Oh, goodness. Well, that was bad. Appreciate it, bad. Pack of smokes, right? I don't think that even gets you 2 gallons of gas out there, would it? No, I'm not out of route. Not even a little bit. I'm just out of the area I normally run to. I ran over to Albuquerque. I tried telling them I didn't find that in Oklahoma or Texas. They told me it was in New Mexico. I'm like, what the hell? Exactly, saddle trim. No, don't come show me. Just come get your damn truck and drive it your way. I don't even go into that restaurant down there anymore, Jim. They went non-smoking, which that don't bother you, I'm sure. But their food was okay. But me being able to go in and sit down and have a cigarette while I was waiting, that made it worth the money. Now they wasn't no smoking, and they ain't got near the truck business they used to. No. T-Love, what up? I don't know what you mean there, Almond. Right? I walked over there to the fuel island place there. I'm at a Petro. Got a little bit of dinner. Walked back and boy, I don't know if there's something in the air or what. It might just be I'm allergic to Petros. Oh, goodness. Well, Kelly, you know where I'm from. Albuquerque ain't nothing. Piece of cake. Walk quietly and carry a big stick. Yeah, I'd be calling Stone. And Nacogdoches. Oh, weather's beautiful here. I just looked it up for Grandma. She was asking me. I think it said 58. Something like that. I got the heater on real low back there. Window a third of the way down. Had it all the way down till I started the live stream. My APU fired up. It was bouncing off that truck, and I didn't want to hear it up here. But yeah, our company had a load they needed covered. So they started asking me Monday to cover it. When they was telling me what it was and when it needed to be there. Our normal freight does not have appointments, but this is some specialty stuff we haul once in a while that does have appointments. I don't see it happening, but yeah, we discussed it, and they was quite sure I could make it. I'm like, whatever. I said, I did not put a governor on the truck. I didn't set that speed on it. Didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for that ELD. So I'll do what I do every day. I'll point this truck. See, I use a nice word with y'all. I'll point this truck down the road and I'll drive it like I always drive. I either make it or I don't. I made it with a half hour to spare. So it is what it is. But, you know, it's one of them deals where they want you to tell them, oh, yes, I can make it. And they're pumping you up about, oh, we need you. And don't give me all that. Don't blow smoke up my skirt and tell me the grass is on fire. I ain't buying into it. All these trucks are set the same. If a driver's slacking, then deal with it. But don't go trying to tell me I'm something special. Truck set at 70. You go that way at 70. As much as the traffic and the roads will let you. That ain't a big deal, right? Main thing's keeping that door shut. That's where your money escapes you, right out that door. You stop and open that door and just watch your money go out that door. Not only are you not earning it, you're probably spending it. So keep that door shut, keep your money trapped in here with you, go down that road. See how simple that is? Oh, what we got? What up, Ida? Ida Nomad, you changed your name again? Folks, that's Nomad. I can tell by that ugly mug shot on there. It damn near scared me. Oh. How'd that interview go last week? Nomad? Oh yeah. That used to drive me crazy, Tramp. They'd pick it up out of the mud, put it on your truck and tell you got to tarp it. You run it down the road and untarp it and they set it right back out in the weather. The hell did I have to tarp this for? Yeah, one of my pet peeves. Don't get me started. Jim ain't never paying attention. Well, good deal, man. Better than that last outfit you tried, right? For those that's wondering, Nomad's going local. And I don't mean crazy. He was already crazy. He's going for a local job. Call me tomorrow, man. I'll be driving all day. Not too early, though. I'm hoping to sleep late tomorrow. At least until daylight hits. And I broke out the back scratcher and Carlos ain't even on here. The back scratcher drives him crazy. I'll start scratching my back and his will start itching. I tried to do him a proxy scratch, it didn't work. So are you sending as much as you thought you would there, Nomad? Well, if they're going to pay you to sit while that truck empties out, you can catch up on my videos you've been slagging on, buddy boy. Some of them Sunday morning words been pretty good. You might strike a bell. Oh, that's strike a chord, ain't it? I just listened to a YouTube by a young man about Michael, the Archangel. Quite interesting. Well, I thought you had to drive the truck to them potato farms and hook it up and it was spraying in there. Call me tomorrow and tell me about it. I know you don't want to do a bunch of typing to get it up on here. Chemicals on our potatoes. There you go, folks. On my healthy living channel. That's what I'm telling you, the chemicals that we're getting in our food, and right there he's spraying chemicals on the potatoes. Whether they're harmful or not is irrelevant. It's making the point that they do all kinds of preservatives and waxes. Your bell peppers and tomatoes and all that stuff. Do you realize that has a thin coat of wax on it? You can take you some hot vinegar water and wash that off of there and keep all your wash water in a bowl. and watch and see what happens to that water. But yeah, just watch your peppers. They lose that shiny glow to them. The stuff they do to deceive us. Ah, okay, I get it. You ain't in Columbus, Ohio, tramp. Ain't you glad? I'm glad I ain't. Oh. Got me a new ice box in here. Did I ice cream Monday night? I don't think I did because I was running so late. But they did give me a new ice box. They didn't stock it, damn it. So I still don't have no food in it. So I'm eating out of the truck again this week. $14 people and 9 thumbs up. All right, Nomad. Glad you stopped in, brother. Thank you. Well, Jim Dunn, I need something to grease the truck with. Or is that to wipe my hands on? Being now I'm on here, that's what I'll save my hands. Uh-huh. I was talking to Carlos about it today. I very seriously doubt I'll get any shirts. Thank you. Several hit the like button. Oh, what got you going, tramp? See, tramp, I'll send you that shirt he's gonna send me. When you go working on your scooter and you get your hands all greasy, you give him a palm plant right in the kisser. Oh, what a long couple of 3 days. Kind of hard to believe this is only Wednesday. It feels like Friday. Last week was rough, and damned if this one ain't being rough too. Oh, goodness. I'm about to go sleep sitting there. Now there's half a dozen people listening to me driving down the road saying, "The hell do you yawn for, Papa Joe? Don't get me started. You know better." Alright, y'all chat me up now. If it goes getting dead on here, I'm going to call it off and go to bed. Nobody got nothing they want to talk about, eh? I mean, armadillo. Oh yeah, you know TA ain't nothing but parts changers. Somebody making waffles. I don't know nothing about politics, Ralph. What do you know about them? Enlighten me, young man, enlighten me. I thought about doing a political video instead of going live. Yeah, I like me some waffles. Lots of butter. Some of my sorghum out of Mississippi on there. Oh, Lordy. JJ, what up? Well, there ain't a whole lot you can say about the Democratic Party. It knows about driving me nuts. See, now JJ likes talking politics. Oh yeah, I did, JJ. I dropped both of you. Then I called Grandma, woke her up, and then dropped it again. She appreciated me calling and waking her up to not talk to her. Good thing she likes me. All right, what are you sending there, Jim Dunn? Carlos, what up? Well, I get mine from the Queen Truck Stop there in Meridian, Mississippi. They have some sorghum molasses and some syrup. And I think they quit carrying their honey. They was carrying a honey. And they've got new owners, and evidently they cut part of it back. Little Joe was going to get it. But folks, I'll tell you now, if you like honey, you need to get local honey. Not out of the store, not processed. Find you a beekeeper around there, hive master, whatever they call them. Find your farmer's market, your little mom and pop stores, and in those you'll find your local non-processed honey. If you get that, it's got all the stuff in it, your pollens and stuff, so that it will actually help your allergies. So, just a little word of advice. But you're best to go to the farmer's market or hit that little pickup sitting over there on the dusty corner. Get it locally. Folks ain't real talkative tonight, Carlos. For you that's driving, Carlos said he's going to send me a t-shirt from California. It's going to be blank because they can't afford to print anything on it. Well, that's how you should do it, Ralph. Well, Tramp don't drive anymore. He done retired. He down Houston way. He just the old saddle tramp now. Old scooter tramp is what he is. Damned old biker, and a preacher biker at that. You gotta watch them preacher types. They might hit you with a Bible. I wouldn't know. I'm waiting on the Lord to put it on me what I'm going to talk about this Sunday. I got a little something brewing around in there. We'll see if he makes it manifest or not. Got a W9 parked in front of me. I walked by going over to the fuel island. Sweet looking W9. Studio sleeper. What did it have on it? ICANN 900? So it must be a new something. There you go, Tramp. That's true, Carlos. Honey is an excellent natural anti-inflammatory and antiviral. You really want to see me in a tube top? And I'm pushing 30 years, Tramp. But I have had insurance claims, freight claims, and I have had accidents. All but one of my accidents was the other person's fault. And the one that wasn't was when I hydroplaned down there in Houston on I-10. Down there on one of them swooping bridges when I was empty. Totaled that truck. Well, it's YouTube, Tube Top. They kind of go together. They both got tube in it. Jim Dunn, behave. He's still trying to figure out that message I sent him. Ultra loft, huh? Well, cool beans on the blessed life. I tell you what, with the life I lived before I came to the Lord, He had to be looking out for me. I guess He wanted me to do what I'm doing now. The only thing I can figure. Well, it's become a pretty good business for beekeepers take their bees around to different orchards and places, and that's really gotten to be a big business. Of course, they don't like when the trucks are carrying the bees. You and me both, buddy boy. I've seen my share of chicken coops. Unfortunately, the backside of them. I got a couple of videos that's simmering in the background I might put up next day or two. We'll see how it goes. Ain't gonna be tonight. I am shot. Yep. That's how we all are, dude. That's everybody's gonna have to be that way in December. I've only been shut down for logs one time. And that was my fault. I shouldn't have let them catch it. Well, cool, Carlos. I appreciate it. So what you're telling me is you send all your best friends a tube top? Gotcha. You gonna send JJ one without the tube? Just send him a pillowcase, please. That way he can wear it properly and we don't see him. Oh, it was terrible earlier, people. Me and Carlos and JJ on the conference call. JJ didn't stand a chance. We tore the boy up. I think at one point he started crying. I'm not sure. But it sounded like it, didn't it, Carlos? Well, I didn't go out to California a whole lot. I did it one time until I got one of them $600 BS tickets. then I banned them for years. I wouldn't go out there. You couldn't pay me enough to go out there. Oh, not long at all, Jay. It really ain't that bad, man. Once you get past the initial shock of the changeover and all that stuff, it really ain't that bad. It's real simple, man. My mentality and thoughts on it, like I was saying earlier about this crazy run I was just on, they set the speed of the trucks. We cannot control that. They force the e-logs upon us. We cannot control that. So I set the cruise and I truck. When that thing says I'm done for the day, I'm done for the day. Period. So, it is what it is. I've only got a couple more years though. So it's easy for me to have that attitude. Now, 10 years ago, I might not have been taking it so well. But you just got to learn how that thing operates and manage your hours, man. That's the whole thing, is hour management. You also need to find out if your company is doing a PC, personal conveyance. That should be underneath your off-duty button. You also need to see if they're doing a yard move. That will be on your on-duty. And the advantage to the yard move is, like you just seen, when you roll, some of them don't even get 5 miles an hour. Some of the companies have it set up where if your tire even cracks, it goes automatically on the drive line. So if you have a yard move, then you can move around in your yard on duty, but it's not coming off of your 11. So if you got to shuttle around a couple of trailers or whatever, drop your trailer here, go by the shop, then go get a trailer, you can do all that on a yard move and you don't lose your 11. It still comes off your 14. It still comes off your 70, but it ain't coming off your 11 for today. So you still want to keep it to a minimum. And you also want to make sure, young man, whenever you go to get out of your truck at the yard for the shop to work on it or whoever, log off duty. I had it happen to me just a couple weeks ago where I went off duty, and the guy that went to pull it into the shop, he drove fast enough that it turned it on the drive line, and it argued with me, kept trying to get me to accept the unauthorized driver or the unknown driver, whatever. No, it wasn't me. I ain't accepting it. And I did wind up having to talk to the log department and say that was not me. That was one of your boys in the shop. Of course, later on, when I was talking to one of the mechanics about it, a day or two later, they're like, dude, you should have hollered at me. I would have accepted it. He says, I'm so far out of hours, it's pitiful. Well, okay, next time I will. But those are the only issues I've had with it. You're stopping overnight. That can be a challenge. Don't wait until the last second unless you know you're going somewhere where you know you have parking. Otherwise, with the way it is out here today, you need to start looking for a parking place an hour plus earlier. Now, JJ, when you tag this, what are you going to tag it? Talking ELD. JJ's helping me on my channel. He's doing a little bit of that desk work I ain't got time for. Right? I hear you, JJ. Well, good. Learn how to use the PC and the main thing on your PC, find out what your company's rules are on it. There's guidelines to it. I had one of our drivers, he was quoting me nonsense from the federal government where they had sent out the letter correcting blah blah. And I'm like, I'll try and tell him, dude, I don't care. I'm going to use the PC the way I feel fit. If I'm parked on the back 40 of a truck stop and it's raining or it's cold or whatever, or I just don't want to walk, I'm going to go on PC and I'm going to pull up closer to that fuel island. I don't give a damn if they like it or not. You know, now that's me. I'm willing to take the heat and I don't have a problem arguing with them. I'll argue with them till they're blue in the face. That's me. Sometimes I can be one of them, yeah, one of them guys. I know y'all find that hard to believe. It's real easy to sit in the office and dictate to us that, well, you could have walked that quarter mile in that freezing snow and rain and whatever. It wasn't that far. It's good for you. Yeah, I bet you parked as close as you could to that office door, didn't you, sissy? And I'd have to do something really stupid to get fired over here. And arguing with them two morons we got in safety is not a good way to get fired. You know, Tramp, that's like my ex-wife had went on a trip with me. We was living in Missouri and I took a few days vacation down South Texas where we used to live. And she rode with me. And when we got back, I was getting ready to go and I'm sitting there doing my logs and she's watching me and we're talking. And she says, "Why are you lying on that? You don't have to. I was there. You could have logged all that legal." I said, "I'm staying in practice." Ain't it the truth? Hey, what's up? Well, are you getting the smoke from all them fires? They got me on a logbook violation and a loose lug nut on my trailer. There was a couple rusty trails, and that's a sign of a loose lug nut. There was a tire guy there, cost me $75, and we're going back into the late, now I guess mid-90s. And he put his air gun on it, didn't move them at all, and he signed off on it and said that they were not loose. DOT's word to me was I should carry white paint and paint over them rust trails. Oh, really? The logbook violation was I had laid over the weekend out there and I was sick as a dog, and you could tell I was sick even while I was talking to him. And I showed 48 hours in the sleeper berth. And there was a woman in there, and she's like, "You spent the whole 48 hours in your sleeper berth." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I went in and used the bathroom once or twice." "Oh, right there, you should have been off duty. Not in the sleeper berth, you should have been off duty." So for those two, it came up to $600. I'm sorry. That is not right. That is nothing but robbery. Theft by ink pen. 1,000 days today. And just think of what he could have done if he'd only got help. See, now earlier somebody mentioned talking about, I think it was Ralph talking about Democrats and politics. One of the videos I've been thinking about was talking about Democrats and politics. So it's already on my mind. I just don't want to make Carlos mad at me. You know, he is a Mexican from California, so he must be a Democrat, right? Only 95%? Uh-huh. Oh, a lot of them Yankee states are like that, Jake. You know, and I read on the internet on some of these truck driver groups, and a real truck driver will go anywhere. I just kind of chuckle and tell them, real truck drivers done been there and we don't want to go back. You just so damn green, you ain't learned what we learned. Oh, I already been shut down for 2 hours and 10 minutes. And I've spent damn near an hour of that on here with y'all. Surprised Warwick ain't made it on here. I must have hurt his feelings. Well, Ralph, I can't say that I know what you're dealing with, because I don't. I can only imagine. However, I can tell you that praying is the good thing, and somehow, I don't know how, to make peace with what happened is the secret to it all. And he's the one that's going to give you the peace. He's the one that's going to guide you to it. So when you're praying and talking to him, think very seriously about what you're asking him. And ask him to help you find the peace, forgiveness, whatever you're needing. I don't know what happened where you lost it. But if there's forgiveness in there where you, then pray for the forgiveness and pray for the peace and pray for the guidance to show you what's up and what you need to do. You're on the right track, brother. And don't get me wrong, when I lost that boy, it took me probably 3 years to get my head together. When I got diagnosed with diabetes, it took me a year to wrap my head around that and to accept it. So it's not always easy to accept and find the peace. That much I do know. Beer to Pennsylvania, that's a heavy load. That's about how I feel, Tramp. And that boy of mine, Little Joe, I've told him, well, he's already starting to learn, actually. Because now as it starts turning cold, them broken bones and pins and stuff he's got in his body, yeah. He's starting to find out what we said about we can forecast the weather better than that television pole. My aches and pains will tell me what's fixing to happen. Now, I tell people jokingly I'm allergic to the cold, that it breaks me out little bumps, I start shaking all over. And that part's a joke, so to speak. The truth is, the shit hurts. The cold just hurts anymore. It used to be fun. Now it hurts. That's why I quit running all them crazy northern states and up into Canada and all that. If we'd only known 40 years ago, I might not have been so rough on this old body. Hell of it is, I had some old farts just like me trying to tell me that 40 years ago, and I didn't listen. Just like these young farts on here ain't gonna listen. They're still gonna abuse their body, think they're 10 foot tall and bulletproof. And 40 years down the road, they'll be saying, damn, this hurts. Well, my hands get to giving me hell. Right after I'd started this YouTube channel, I was doing one and I was sitting here rubbing my hands because they was hurting. I was working my hands like this stuff. Some young fool made a comment, says, look at that crackhead, look at them hands going. I made a comment back to him because he made it after the video was over. And I said, boy, you evidently don't know any old people. So, well, yeah, I do this quite often. The more the winter gets in, the more you'll see me doing it. It must be the crack. Seen a good post today on Jim Dunn's wall, matter of fact, and I stole it. It's a picture of a gear pattern for a big truck, and it said on there, Millennium Anti-Theft Device. It cracked me up. That's a fact, Ralph. Red Monkey, what up? Well, thank you for your service, brother. I is an old jarhead myself. But appreciate you coming in. Welcome to the channel and the live stream. Hope you enjoy it. No, what's up? Oh, I didn't mind Canada at all, man. Wintertime, it gets a little rough up there, I'm here to tell you. Yeah, I did freeze up going down the highway. Wind chill factor and all that, it was minus 50 some odd degrees. I was up there, no saddle blankets on the tanks, no heaters in the tanks. She yelled up. That was not good. Out in the middle of nowhere, Canada, and they got a lot of nowhere, Canada. Backwoods, what's up? I'm doing hunky-dory. How about yourself? I'm still on here harassing people, and they keep coming back for more. I don't get it. Well, with Carlos, I understand. I used to tell them, I'd be on the phone and they'd say, well, what's the temperature up there? I said, let me look. The truck says brrr. You're quite welcome, Red. Oh yeah, I don't go up them ways no more. That stuff's too hard on me. Going into Oklahoma is bad enough. Hell, what we get there in southeast Texas is bad enough. The additives and stuff that they put in the fuels, I used to know what it is you can do to get it out of there. And none of my diesel mechanics are on here. Do you a Google search, you can get that algae out of there. But it's kind of like the game warden told me about the alligator in my pond. He said, we can get rid of that one. He said, but it ain't a matter of if another one comes back, it's a matter of when another one comes in. Okay, well, the same thing on your tanks. It ain't a matter of if it'll come back, it's a matter of when it'll come back. But it is a common problem, and there is a solution to it. I don't like lying, so I'm not going to try to remember what it was they said to do for it. So do a little homework. Don't ask them at a TA or Petro. That cracks me up. I heard truck drivers asking them parts changers technical questions. I'm like, they do good to find their way to work, and you're going to ask them something? You a company driver? Start talking to your company. If they won't fix it, then raise a little fuss. No, they ain't gonna split up in California. Well, I hope you're still coming in on Sundays. The Holy Spirit gets moving in me, and I'll share a word with you. I tell you, brother, it just blows me away. Last several Sundays, within an hour of doing the service, I ain't had a real clue on what I was going to talk about. A little maybe I'll talk on this. The time I sat down and turned this on, here we go, and that's all him. And don't get me wrong, I'm tickled to death that he's using me as a mouthpiece It just blows me away the way it all comes down. It really does. And I've had people say, well, you've been practicing. No, I ain't got time to practice. I drive a truck all day. When I get done, if the nights I'm not doing a live stream, I'm probably surfing the internet looking at stuff. I don't believe in being phony. Oh, they are hard on the body. Kevin, what's up with ya? Well, not only water and power, they need your money. You know, they need to rob the money from the working class up north to give to their freeloaders down there in the south. Tell them where it really is. Well, you can always back up and catch it. It's recorded forever. Oh, different stuff. Sometimes I'm looking at the trucking news. Sometimes I'm just scrolling some of my friends' pages. Not necessarily their pages, but whatever's on my feed line. I like watching MMA, mixed martial arts, and the bare knuckle fighting. I like watching some of that. Once in a while, I might watch a little preaching. I just watched a preaching video before I went live tonight. Just different stuff. Sometimes I'm harassing people. You know, like I harassed old Jim Dunn earlier. I pulled a prank on him and Warwick earlier today. Just because I could. You know? So, they handled it well. What did I miss? Oh, really? All you can be, that's you. That's all I can be. You are correct, brother. Nah, I shaved it off earlier. I just went ahead and went all clean shaven, and I'm just starting all over. I don't know what I'll do with it. Whether I like it or not, it's gonna grow, except where I want it to. Place I don't care if it does. Look, it's growing fine. Now if I could, I keep trying to push it up there, but it ain't working. Well, that's cool, Ralph. That's where my son got me started on this YouTube channel. And I got talking about losing my boy and how God helped me through it and different things and the pain and all that. And I was talking to different people about it. And that's what helped me, was talking about it, expressing it, and just getting it out instead of holding it all in like I had been doing. And yeah, talking can be a good therapy. Nah, I ain't gonna pay no money for hair implants and stuff now. According to Grandma, it just makes me sexier. I'm already the chick magnet. Big sexy. So she just gonna have to take me like I are. Well, you already see I'm big sexy. I'm the chick magnet, so sure you knew I was going to jump all over you. Well, I did too at one time, Tramp. Oh, you know how them Mexicans are. They can't spell. At one time we did. We've got some Halloween decorations we ain't put up in years. That's some of the stuff we're going to be selling when we go thin it out. I got so much Christmas stuff you wouldn't believe it. I got lights. I'm going to wind up selling all that. We're talking about doing a little bit this year. I used to do it. We literally had one of them houses where the traffic would purposely drive by and go slow and make my neighbors mad. So I had people that knew me calling me and teasing me about airplanes, thought were diverting out my way, thought that was a new landing strip, and we did some lights. Me and Grandma wanted to do one more big shindig of it before we put it all away and behind us. I'm talking about this being the year, we'll see. But if it is, I better get started because it takes a while for me to put my stuff up. Mongo, what up? I don't know if I've seen you in here before. Welcome to the live stream. There we go, Carlos. You've had one of them days, ain't you? Oh yeah, we did the lights. Well, I had 4 teenagers at home at those times, and preteens on up. And every year, I would go after Christmas, and I'd buy a bunch of. We'd save back $100, $200 just to go buy the Christmas lights and stuff after the season. And come next year, here we got gobs more light. We was having troubles figuring out what to do with all of them. We had to get kind of creative. And now, without exaggerating, those totes you get from Walmart, we probably got more than a dozen, probably close to 15 of those of just lights. Then we got all the, Grandma's probably got a half a dozen or more just for her indoor decoration. At one time we had a 4-bedroom house, and she had some size of Christmas tree in every room, except the kids' room. They didn't want one. But both bathrooms that have one, the dining room, and the nativity scenes, we'd have 2 or 3 of those set up around the house. The villages have 1 or 2 of them set up. A couple of different, we've got some stuff. And It's a little heartbreaking to go getting rid of all of it. And being my kids had to help doing it growing up, they have no desire to inherit this stuff. No, Daddy. And the boy that lives down there by us, I can't get him to come help me. Oh, well, cool. What company you with now? I assume you graduated and all that? We've had so many people on here, man, come and go. My mom had a Mexican, huh? Pulling doubles. Now you doing that solo or you team driving? Oh yeah, we did it up big. Chicken lights on the house, that's a fact. I was going through some of my stuff in the garage and I'm finding chicken lights in there that I'd got for my truck. And somehow they didn't go with the truck. I've been trying to figure out how to use them. Grandma won't let me put them on her van. Yeah, ice is everywhere. It ain't just in Texas. That shit's crazy trying to blame Texas. Was he legal? If he was legal, he didn't have a problem. If he wasn't legal, he ain't getting no sympathy from me. I'm thinking real seriously about buying a trike, Saddle Tramp. Grandma don't want me to get a regular scooter no more. We done lost too many loved ones. But we're about to reach a compromise where I get a trike. I just don't want an ordinary trike. That's my problem. I don't want one of them Harley Goldwing look-alike trikes. But for what I'm planning on doing, I might wind up having to get one. Damn it. Well, Grandma don't think so, JJ. All right, well, give me a call sometime. And if I don't answer, then it came up not telling me who you was. I think I saved you in my phone last time we talked. He's talking about my wife, Plum. For the most part, when I was a kid, I had a little Honda 90. But as an adult, yeah, all I've ridden is Harleys. Which I'm not dedicated to the brand anymore. They're not dedicated to us. Well, I'm not dedicated to them. They let their truck drivers go. And now you see like Warner pulling a Harley Davidson trailer. That just sticks a knife right in me. And they closed some plants again. Several years ago, they shipped overseas again. So I'm not dedicated to them. They're not dedicated to America. Screw them. That's what Trump says, ain't it? And I said it before Trump. They want to make their profit off the Americans that are so Harley crazy, but they're not American crazy? No. That don't fly with me. If I got your back, you better have mine. But that's my spill on that. Joshua, what's up? Well, Tramp, the biggest thing right now on mine is from the front tire to the back end cannot be over 8 foot. We'll discuss details on the phone sometime. Well, JJ, that's not typical of a Harley, so I can tell you now, more than likely it was the people riding it. Oh, I'm fixing to get off here too, Carlos, but good night, brother. That don't sound all bad, Tramp. Oh, I don't know. Some stuff I can't pronounce. some kind of minerals or chemicals or something. Yeah, I'm a dry box. Goodness, it's going on 11 o'clock, folks. I too need to get off here and give me some shut-eye. Been a rough couple long 2 weeks. It's time for me to start catching up on my rest. I appreciate each and every one of you coming in and visiting. Remember, God loves you. So do I. Y'all have a blessed evening. We'll do this again in a night or two. Good night. All right, good night, folks.